Welcome to operating system tutorial. In this session we are going to discuss about the introduction to operating system. What is an operating system? So let's move on towards today's agenda. History of operating system. What is a computer system? What is an operating system? Objectives of operating system and role of operating system. So let's move on and start our tutorial on the history of operating system. So early computers were built to perform a series of tasks like calculator. A basic operating system feature were developed in 1950s such as resident monitor functions that could automatically run different programs in succession to speed up processing. In the early 1950s, a computer could execute only one program at a time. Each user had a sole use of a computer for a limited period and would arrive at a scheduled time with their program and data on a punch paper cards or punch tape. So the program would be loaded into a machine and the machine should sit to work until the program completed or crashed. So in early computers, it was built to perform a single task because the ability operating system and the hardware is not so much to access or support more than one program, like calculator. So calculator is the first invention of computer system. It calculate the basic operations such as addition, multiplication and division. And these are the basic functions of a calculator. So we call them built to perform series of single tasks, so we call them calculator. So it just been limited to a series of operations. So when the times goes, computer can uh, have the ability to run more than one program, such as in 1950s it can only run one program at a time. So after that program is completed, so then we assign another uh, program, such as the punch card or tape card are used, paper cards are used. So the tasks are assigned and tasks are recorded and tasks are saved on the punch or paper cards, and when one task is completed, so the punch card will next the next program and it will execute it. So the computer system execute program one by one, and when the first one program is completed, so the punch card is delivered this next program towards computer system and it executed. So an improvement was the Atlas supervisor introduced with the Manchester Atlas in 1962. It considered by many to be first recognizable modern operating system. Brinch Hansen described it is the most significant breakthrough in the history of operating system. So this is just a simple history, and the history of operating system is very long, but we have just collected the few things which are important. So in 1962, the Brinch Hansen has described the most significant operating system which can run programs, which can run more than one program, which processing speed is more than the earliest discoveries of operating system. So from 1962 this development started, and throughout this today date the things are going, and the things are going so fast. So it is just a simple history towards the history of the operating system. So let's move on towards what is a computer. So before going to discuss about operating system, it is necessary to understand what is a computer system. So a computer is a machine that can be instructed to carry out sequence of arithmetic or logical operations automatically via computer programming. So a computer can execute the instructed programs, such as when we want to play something, we want to play a movie, we want to play a song, so we instructed the computer system. So the player get the song and play for us by the instructions we have given, and that instruction is called software, and that software is called operating system. So today we are going to discuss these things, that such as we use computer, and with the help of Windows we use computer, and Windows operating the resources of a computer system, such as this here, their processing, their memory, their input output devices. So these things are managed by operating system, such as Windows. We are using today's mobile phone, and we have Android operating system, we have iOS or Apple operating system. So these are the different types of operating system, Kali Linux. So these are the different types of operating system we are using. So a computer is a machine that can instructed to carry out sequence of arithmetic or logical operations automatically via computer programming. So programming is the art of, or the art of making softwares. We make software with the help of programming. So programming is the way in which we develop softwares with the help of programming languages such as C and C++. So we make computer programs with the help of these programming languages. So a complete a computer, including hardware, the operating system, the main software, and the peripheral equipment required, and the used full operation can be referred to as a computer. So a computer include hardware such as processor, CPU, CD-ROM, power supply, board, everything that we can touch, we call them hardware. And the operating system, so the software or the Windows we are using, it called the operating system. So the window, there are different types of operating systems. So mostly I'm using this Windows operating system. We have iOS operating system, we have different types of operating system. So the operating system is a software which manages the computer hardware, and we have peripheral equipments such as input output devices such as a mouse, a keyboard, speakers, everything, a camera. So these are peripheral equipments required and used for full operations, can be referred to as a computer system. As a whole, all these things are called computer system. So components of computer system. So computer system can be divided into four components. Hardware. So what is hardware? Hardware provide basic computer resources such as memory, central processing unit, CPU, and iOS devices. So hardware is provide basic computer resources. With the help of these resources we can perform different operations. So hardware is just a resource of a computer system, and we have input output devices, so we can perform different operations with the help of input output devices such as mouse and keyboard. We have a second part of our second component of a computer system, which is called operating system. So operating system is the second component of computer system. OS control and coordinate the use of hardware among various computer users. So operating system manage the computer resources such as memory, input output devices, so or perform different operations, and when more than one user use programs. So operating system divides the computer resources among different users. So we have so in the coming tutorial we will explain operating system in detail. So it is just the component of computer system. So we have application program. It is a way of defined system resource to solve computing problems, include word processing, database system. So we have application program such as Microsoft Office, Skype, Google Chrome, everything that we install from outsources, from internet, from disks, from pen drives, we call them application programs, which are not necessary for computer system. So we use them for our own use. So they are called application programs, such as a word processing, a database system, SQL, everything that we install in the computer system from outside, from different operations, we call them application programs. So we have a user sorry for this interruptions of this pop-up window. So user include people's machine and other computers. So user which use the computer systems or other systems which interact with our computer system, we call them users. And other computers and other machines which communicate with our systems, we call them users, or the people which use our computer system, we call them users. So we have a computer system. It is a picture of a computer system. We have the window, we have the CPU, the printer, mouse, keyboard, and a speaker. So all these things are called hardware. All these things are called hardware. And this is the picture of window. So this is called operating system, which allow us to use the computer system, which allow us to use the computer system for different operations. So with the help of operating system, we use the computer system. So operating system plus hardware is equal to computers. These are called the backbones of computer system. So we have operating system. Let us explain this thing. An operating system is a program that manages computer resources. It is an important part of a computer system. So as we talked earlier, that operating system manages computer resources such as memory, processing, the different processes, and the memory which used by the different process. More than one process are being managed by the operating system, which provide memory for them, which provide processing for them. So which need different kind of resources which provide by the operating system. So OS provide a basis for application program and act as interface between user and between the computer system. So operating system allow us to install different kind of different kind of applications such as games, word processing, SQL, different kinds of application program we install for different purposes. So the operating system controls and coordinates the use of hardware among various users. So when more than one user are using computer system, so the OS allow them to use the computer system in efficient way by providing them resources such as memory, such as processing, and such as input output devices. For example, if one printer is connected to two computers, so if one user write a print command and the another user also write a print command, so the operating system send these commands towards the printer. So printer will manage these things with the help of slots and with the help of time allows to the printer. So the printer save these things in the pool, and they will print out the command of a user who reach the printer first time, or whose position is at the first time. So that is why these things are really very important. So managing these things are the responsibility of operating system. So it will be clear in the coming tutorial. So for example, we have, if more than one programs can run on one computer, it need resources such as memory. So memory is shared among various programs by the operating system. So it is a very important function of operating system. So we have objectives of operating system. Convenience. The primary objectives of OS is convenience for users. OS execute user programs and make it easy to solve user problems. Efficiency. A secondary objective is the efficient of computer system, or the efficiency of computer system, and OS provides the facility to use computer hardware in an efficient manner. So with the help of operating system, we use the computer system in efficient way. We perform different operations easily. This is because all of the complicated things are done by our operating system. Ability to evolve. OS allow effective development, testing, and introduction of new system functions without interfacing with the service. So this is the ability to evolve new services in the computer system. So it is done by our operating system. So the role of operating system, the hardware provides the basic computer resources in a computer system. The application program defines the ways in which these resources are used to solve computing problems. Number one is government. So OS as a government, the basic resources of a computer system are provided by its hardware, software and data. OS provide means and environment for proper of its resources. So OS is managed computer resources. So the computer is made of softwares and hardware and the data present in the software. So OS provide the means and environment for proper of its resources among to share with the users, to share with the different processes run in the computer system. Number two is resource allocator. So a computer system has many resources. Each resource has been used to solve the problem. The OS manage and assign resource the process such as input output device, memory for the processor for its execution. So these are called the main resources of a computer system. So the final thoughts, computers operating system manage all of the software and hardware on the computer. Most of the time there are several different computer programs running at the same time, and all have the need to access your computer's central processing unit, CPU, memory and storage. So the operating system coordinates all of this to make sure each program gets what it needs. So it is the basic function of operating system to manage computer resources and provide the way towards the user and the way towards the people to use the computer in efficient way. So it's all about the introduction towards operating systems. Thank you.